Here we go. So we are up
We're up
and in two locations.
and in two locations.
See how this works out today.
Oh, I gotta put my little light on. Let's see, we're gonna do purple. Why we gotta do purple? I have to oh.
What?
Uh, well.
What's up?
I have to plug it up. Okay, we'll plug it up later. I put some batteries in it. I know they didn't run out that quick. I've only used it for 1 hour. The last show, so hour and a half. So, anywho,
Good morning, everyone.
good morning. Good morning. I will feel like saying happy early Saturday morning.
Yeah. We're going to have a little fun today. Good morning, Tone. Good morning, Valicia. We are streaming today in two different locations. We are all on our YouTube. Oops. Bam! There's my light.
There you go.
We are streaming on both our YouTube channel and our Facebook at the exact same time. We can see the comments that are posted. The only one we can't see comments are the Black Filmmakers Lounge
See any
community. Excuse me, huh? You don't see anything?
So the comment, those two, Valicia and Tone, they came in on the film Facebook.
On Facebook. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, okay, that's why I can't. So those are the ones we can't see.
No, I can see them. You can't see them? Interesting. You should be able to see them. Yeah. So as we can test this out some more, we're trying out a new system. So I'm surprised you can't see. So you don't see the chat, the comment reactions and stuff in your thing? Oh. Well, we got to figure that out.
Nothing. It says no comments.
Tone says, it doesn't show what she says there. But Alicia says, good morning. Here we go. So we're going to get this show going on the road. Is your... So... Okay. So now we got Echo. A lot of stuff happening. So we're trying out a beta of a software. So we're just getting this going. But hey, let's get it started with a wonderful
Let's get it started.
Let's do what it is we do, how we do, when we do, the way we do. And let's go to it. Hey, the Black Filmmakers Lounge is where independent filmmakers, whether novice or professionals, come together to gain insight and perspective through education, information, networking, and to discuss industry best practices that will advance the Black independent film community. We are creating our own space so that we can succeed together. I'm your host, Michael Melvin, with my co-host, or the other host, Tamara TK Henderson. What's up, y'all? We like to welcome you guys to we do. TK always beats me to it. So we like to thank you guys for joining us today. It's going to be a wonderful day. We're going to be talking about, of course, what you're watching. We always do the what you're watching segment. We are going to be discussing industry best practices and in a sense of log lines, creating your own log line. We had a log line challenge, and we're going to challenge you guys again to write your own log line for your film. For some reason, I can't read whatever Tonay's writing. Unless, Tonay, you are in the community group. So we gotta just come out the community group, come onto the Black Filmmakers Lounge page. It's better to be there. But we're on a page. We're doing the thing we do, what we do best. And we're glad that you guys are joining us today.
I feel like I'm so close to the camera. I gotta do my hands like this. Morning, Audrey.
Morning, Audrey. Always thank you, Audrey, for sharing. You're one of those supporters that are always resharing our live streams. And again, if you guys are watching, we are currently also on YouTube live right now on our YouTube page. So if you want to feel like you want to go over there and join us, you can. We definitely appreciate that. Sorry, I got a couple friends I got to share this out to while we're on, because I know they'll probably hop on and say what's up and see how we're doing. So let's get into what you're watching. TK, what have you been watching?
I don't think I watched anything this week. I went to see Wakanda, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
How did you like it?
I did. It was really fun.
Okay.
It was really fun. Just adding like I said, there were a couple of characters that added, that broke the flow of seriousness in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I really liked those two characters, but it was definitely fun. So the first Black Panther, of course, I think when I seen Black Panther 2, then I realized how more of a drama Black Panther 1 was.
Really? I thought it was fun too. It had a lot of comedy in it, and
I mean, I have to go back. I have to go back and watch it, because when I seen this one, it just seemed more comical and more and a lot more fun than the last one.
Really? Like M'Baku brings it all the time in both movies. He's
does,
hilarious.
but they had, because of the longevity on screen of his character being comical.
Okay.
I think when it comes to that, this particular one was. I just thought it was. I don't know. It just felt like it was so much fun.
Okay.
So
yeah, I think, I think there were some really powerful scenes in there. We don't want to give any spoilers. We know this is the going into week 2 of the film, because it was released last weekend, or last Thursday is when I saw it. And TK saw it on Tuesday because he hit me up. And but next week I want to talk about Black Panther, or next week is Thanksgiving, so I don't think we'll be on for Thanksgiving.
okay.
I thought we were going to do the Sunday thing, the Sunday check-in.
Yes, so, I'm down for Sunday night.
Sunday night check-in. We were going to put together a Sunday night check-in for those who like to join us on Zoom. And if you're interested in joining us on the Sunday night check-in, let us know. How can they do that?
Well, what we do is we'll put the invite up, and then send and then we'll put the invite up, because here's the thing: I've been on platforms where you get bombed, so we can't make the link public. It's got to go through email.
Right. And that's where I was thinking. But the other thing is, if they join the community group, what's up?
Hey, Thomas.
If they join the community group, then we can, it'll be limited to 50 people or something like that. And if they do it, the Black Filmmakers Lounge community on Sunday, because we can go in there and have a private group as well on Facebook.
Oh, okay, okay. Look, you're the technical one.
Yeah, there's a
I'm
way.
just
There's always a way around it.
I'm just used to sending out Zoom links.
There's a few ways we could do it, but yeah, definitely let us know if you're interested in coming in and talking and joining us, having a discussion. We are always for that. Um, so Black Panther. So this one they let Winston do a lot of or some um, improvisation for the Mbaku character for some of the comedy, like the
Oh, they did.
scene, like the scene when he's talking to Okoye, he calls her, yeah, that was funny. I hate to say it, that was one of the funniest lines in the movie. That and when Namor was like, "Yeah, you'll need a you can swim and you'll be crushed." He's like, "But we have a suit."
Yeah,
That
because he
was
goes
hilarious.
so deep into it, and you're just like, and it's really because it drew you in on the emotional level when he was explaining it, because he was just like you said, he was explaining it, but then it was like, what? Yeah, I was just like this.
Yeah, his whole demeanor changed after he did it. It was funny. That was funny. Um, so they had a lot of stuff in it, and that's why we can always talk about that offline. But
That filming though, I'm telling you guys, the camera work, the music,
mm-hmm.
the filming, the filming, and I'm looking at them like, how did they film this? Like, it
Yeah,
was elements. I think I left my oven on. Hold on. It was certain elements that I was just like, how did they film this? Like, it was
right.
just so amazing to me. I'm like, how did they freaking film this? This is good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The cinematography was like that. To really see how beautiful cinematography it had.
Oh my God. Yeah, visually, I kept saying, and I told Mike, I kept saying, I feel like we're at Pride Rock. I feel like we're at Pride Rock. Like, I literally felt like a couple of scenes, I was like, see, that's Pride Rock right there.
There's some online memes that match the first movie to Lion King. They do a lot of
Oh,
matching the movies up to Lion King. And then there are some similarities. But then again, that's the hero's journey, which you happened to watch last week's show. We talked about the hero's journey and how it works in storytelling. So if you didn't get a chance to check that out, go check out last week's show when we talk about the hero's journey. We kind of break it down using Black Panther. If you don't know me by now, you're gonna know me because Black Panther is actually one of my favorite comic book characters since I was a kid. I have a ton of Black Panther stuff. Mrs. Melvin goes out and get all this Black Panther stuff for Mr. Melvin. I actually just got my the kimono beads that they wear.
oh
I can't,
yeah.
but I can't wear them. But she can. They're heavy though. But she can wear them. I can't. My hands
Oh, they're
are less than
heavy.
hands. Yeah, they're heavy, but they're nice. GameStop has them. Their own exclusive version, it was pretty cheap. I think it was like 40, $50. There's a jewelry store that has their version for $80. So there's different versions, but all of them, everybody says they're heavy when you wear them. But it to me is it's a collector's thing. My wife was like, I can wear this out. It's like, I'll find you some other stuff. That's gonna stay.
She's gonna walk around like this. Walk around Tarjay. Hello.
If they were digital and they actually worked, it'd be different. um, so all right, what else did you watch?
I think that's it. I'm thinking because I made a pitch. I worked on a pitch deck this week and did. Um,
We
did
need
I
to
do
do an
any
episode
writing?
about that, doing a pitch deck.
Yeah, I worked on a pitch deck. I'm gonna tell you one thing I hate is writing treatments. So I really need to get over myself, of course. But it was because I was thinking about putting a script up for sale based off seeing Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still praying on that. Because I don't want anyone to take the story and take it and make it for what it is not.
Okay.
Because I've had that happen with a script I co-wrote, and when the elements they put in were just ridiculous. I mean, they were ridiculous. Just to get the story sold and the stories, I mean, just to get the story funded, and
Mhm.
2 years later, after paying for the expensive rewrite and all this stuff, the story is still not done.
Okay.
And but yeah, it was ridiculous, the elements, because they were trying to cater to a lot of other people, and it was like,
Oh.
but this was a black romantic comedy. I mean, it is what it is.
Hmm.
Like I've told people before, people are like, oh, those characters have to be black in this movie? But if you want another movie, I have other movies that have different characters.
I don't know why people ask that. Like, we don't say, oh, those characters have to be white, or those characters have to be. We should stop asking that. If the person intended and they write their story, just, that's the story they're writing. That's why. Well, that's why I also believe in intellectual property, keeping your stuff, keeping your rights, telling your stories. And
Hmm.
but it's okay to me. It's also okay to sell a script. Like, people write scripts that they can sell, because it funds the next project. But yeah.
Yeah, because it would be a huge sale if I did. But you know, yeah, I'm praying on it, because once I woke up and thought about what that guy did to the other script I co-wrote, and I was just like if he did that to this script, I would be so freaking mad. Like I would be furious, because it's a black STEM girl movie, and it's a family comedy. That's all it is. When you add drugs, drugs, sex, and dinosaurs to a Disney movie, it's ridiculous.
Mm. Yeah, I think,
So
and everybody has to understand their style of film and the type of work they want to do. Um, all right, so you've been grinding, working on scripts, and you know, getting your project together. So, what I've been watching, I watch Andor. Um, I watched some movie last night, I think on BT Her or BT. It was a musical with Selena Johnson, which was interesting because it came out after I had did like Whatever Happened to Us, which I did as a musical. So I thought that was
mhm.
interesting, right? The similarities. But um, the storyline in it was the um, the husband and wife couldn't have a kid. Sound familiar? Uh TK, does that sound familiar?
Oh, it
Um
sure does.
they couldn't have a
Okay.
kid, and he ends up messing with their counselor, and the counselor is pregnant, but he hides it, right? And I was like, wait a second. And I was like sitting there watching it. I was like, wait, that's the same. But I always say, if you got an idea, somebody got the same idea, because that was our idea for the fix. We have the script for that, but we have the short film version of it, which is kind of the more the situation that occurs. Um, but it was so interesting because I had never seen it before, and I was like, oh wow. Um, and it just had so many similarities. But like I said, there's nothing new under the sun. Like, ideas. It's how you wrap it, the wrapping paper you put it in, and how you put it out there. And they had some people in it. It was done like a musical. Of course, Celine Johnson was singing throughout it. They had a couple other people in there. They were singing, and so it was a mixture. Um, it was an interesting story. It was a very interesting story. How it ended, I was like, huh. Um, but I watched that. Um, I watched something else, but I can't quite remember what it was. But I've been looking at a lot of trailers too. So
Okay.
there's a new show or movie coming on Netflix that's animated with Laz Lonzo. Um, my dad the bounty hunter. It's a outer space sci-fi action kids film, 3D animation.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, and it's going to be on Netflix. I think in I want to say January, February, around that time, or maybe I gotta remember exactly. But I watched that trailer. They've been really pushing that trailer. The trailer I sent you this morning was missing, which is along the line of is it searching? Is it
Searching.
searching? Yeah, so it's along that lines. Which is, if you think about it, during COVID time period, that would have been, those are the best films to do, because we even had to do a film, Happy Birthday Netflix. It's Netflix birthday. I know. Oh, being saying happy birthday. I'm gonna say
Oh,
really happy. Oh, TK. Yeah, exactly. Happy birthday, TK. Her birthday was
thank you,
yesterday.
Thomas.
There's a video of TK walking out. I wish I could have been there to her 50th birthday party. They were all dressed up formally, and you see TK in all her purple royalness walk right out, and then the music changes and she starts grooving, y'all. And I'll be like, TK, you 50? You ain't 50. Stop telling people you
Come on,
50. You just
somebody.
trying to
Got
get
my
an AARP
AARP
card.
card to prove it.
Derek says, happy belated birthday, TK.
Thank you, Derek.
Yeah, my sister's birthday, I tell you.
Thank you, Audrey.
Look at that. That's beautiful. Yeah, and trust me, she is not 50. Don't let her play, y'all. She just wanted an AARP card. She's trying to get into movies cheaper. That's all she's trying to do.
Oh, I'm getting the movies cheaper?
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So we got Morning Black Filmmakers Lounge fam. I watched the war from film 12 Strong, the horror film on Netflix titled Old People, and saw the new John Travolta, Bruce Willis film Paradise City, and the last few episodes of The Walking Dead leading up to this week's finale. There you
That's
go.
Derek. Is that? Oh no,
That's Thomas, I think.
That's Thomas.
Yeah, I can't tell because it says
Thomas
user.
already. Well, Thomas already said good morning. So for him to say morning again.
Well, because that Black Filmmakers Lounge family, you know. But what's up, Derek? What's up, everybody? So let's talk. Let's talk it. So, one thing about filmmaking is there's a simple thing that yet to some people seem very complicated to do. And it's called writing a log line. So we are going to kind of dive into, we're going to play a little game. You guys like games? We like games.
Games
are fun. Games are fun for people to play. So we're going to play this game called the game of log lines.
Oh, you got it already. Okay. Thank you, Tone. Okay, you got it. Okay.
Unless you want to do your version.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm good if it's up there.
So I am going to real quick. I guess I can't do that. I was going to try to make adjustments to us because we take up a lot of space. But maybe if I just move that to the side there, boom.
There you go. Look at you.
All right. Can you guess what movie the log line is talking about? And this is good going into a little bit of vacation. So we'll discuss it. So there's 6 major elements to a log line. Okay. There's the protagonist, the antagonist, the setting, the conflict, the problem, conflict and action that takes place, and then the goal. So those are the 6 things. And when you have those in your log line is about 1 to 2 sentences. People try to do it in about 1 sentence. And what a log line really does for us is 2 things. If you ever look at them back of a DVD cover, they might change it a little bit and add just a little extra, but the log line's on there. Same thing if you're trying to do what we call the elevator pitch, which means you got about 60 seconds to tell somebody about your movie, to see if they're willing to listen to it more or invest in it. So if you were able, back in the day, people would catch producers, film execs on an elevator, and they're like, yeah, 60 seconds, tell me, what's your movie about? And instead of saying, because I was taught not to say, but other people are. I mean, so it's the rule of thumb and the teaching is different. But I was taught not to say, oh, it's a cross between Star Wars and Back to the Future. Like, I was just not to say that. like give them what the movie is about, and who the main character is or sing. So, let's dive into it. Let's play this little game. It's not little, but first of all, I got to. I'm gonna put my comments over here because I want to see you guys if you're commenting. So here we go. Let's make this happen. So if you can guess it, write it in the comments, and away we go. I know we're seconds behind, so we're gonna keep it up just a little bit. Boom! When his son is swept out to sea, an anxious clownfish embarks on a perilous journey across a treacherous ocean to bring him back. What movie is this?
Wait, that's the log line?
That's the Logline.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I know the movie. I'm just like, that's interesting.
Yeah, that was the Logline. So can anybody guess the Logline? Let's see. We got a new comment. The Logline, Tamara says, is Finding Nemo. And you are right. Ta-da.
I would have never thought that looked like a whole.
Sorry.
That log line reminds me of a Tom Hanks movie.
But you see, so like, that's why we do these log lines, right? Because the guy who played the dad sounded like Tom Hanks when you really think about it, character wise for Finding. So they could have thought about Tom Hanks being the dad. That could have been what they put in their original lookbook. See how I threw that in there? All right. All right. This one is a little easy, probably. A lion cub and future king searches for his identity, his eagerness to please others, and penchant for testing his boundaries sometimes gets him into trouble. I hope I said that right. Penchant. Those words, I tell you. Does anybody know what movie?
Yeah, those log lines don't match the fun of each of the movie.
You don't think so?
No.
And Tamara said The Lion King, and she is absolutely right. So if you know, I do this with my students because they're working on writing log lines, by the way. So let's see if y'all get this. A tough principal takes revolutionary measures to clean up a notorious, dangerous inner-city New Jersey high school. Brandon said Lion King. Brandon, you were right, too. Let's see if you got to get this one, though. Here we go.
Hey,
a tough
Brandon.
principal takes revolutionary measures to clean up a notoriously dangerous
that was Brandon. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, see, we got it.
Brandon that wrote all that. I knew it wasn't Derek or Thomas. I told you.
What y'all got? What you got? What movie do y'all have? You forget the name of it? See? What's that? Come on, y'all don't know the name of that? Come on, somebody got it. Derek, you should know the name of this one.
They said Lean on Me.
Derek said Lean on Me. Boom, boom. Okay.
Yep, Derek and Brandon and Tamara.
Here we go. Joe Clark. That's right. And y'all got it. That's what I'm talking about right there. See, my students are like, then are like, I saw that on BET. Young people, man, young people. I don't know, but every parent should show this to their kids. That and Stand and Deliver. All right, a computer hacker learns from mysterious rebels about the true nature of his reality and his role in the war against its controllers. What log line is this?
You have, I think I know what it is, but I'm going to let other people answer. I think, like I said,
you think you got it? You think you know what it is? Somebody said hackers. Tamara said The Matrix. There we go.
Oh, it's The Matrix?
The Matrix. Boom. See?
You got to come with some new movies. That's why your kids are like, wait a minute.
I have to mess with them. I got to. But see, I knew I was going to present this to older people this weekend. So,
So y'all older people, he presenting this to y'all. So just to let you know that he said that.
You're film growers. All right. A blacksmith teams up with an eccentric pirate captain to save his love and the governor's daughter from the former pirate's allies, who are now the undead. What movie is this? What? TK, you like, I don't know. Really? Come on, y'all. I know y'all got this. I know y'all know what this is. Boom. Derek said Pirates of the Caribbean. There we go, Pirates of the Caribbean. But you guys got to remember, they have 3 movies or 4 movies. So you got to know the correct movie. What's the correct movie?
Uh-oh. What's the correct movie? Derek?
Y'all know the correct one?
Tamara?
This little challenge. But y'all, all right, it is a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Or Caribbean, however people want to say it. But yes. So, no, we don't know. Dead Man's Chest? Nope. It is not the Dead Man's Chest. That was my pirate thing in case you didn't. TK's like, nah, Michael. All right. It is the very first one, actually. Boom. The Curse of the Black Pearl. I forget the Curse of the Black Pearl. So I'm telling you, these things are Curse of the Black Pearl. So here we go. Here we go. Now, this is old school. So if you guess this, I am forever your fan. All right. So a wheelchair-bound photographer spies on his neighbors from his apartment window and becomes convinced one of them has committed murder. See, this is, I like that. I got to play music when we're waiting. Like, I got to have something like.
I know, because I was like.
That worked. That's right. What's up, y'all? Let's see what you guys got.
He didn't turn into a jazz musician that quick, y'all.
I love my jazz. Come on, what y'all got? A wheelchair-bound photographer spies on his neighbors from his apartment window and becomes convinced one of them has committed murder. And you know what? There's so many films created off of this short story that was original in a Reader's Digest that I'm going to give it away a little bit because I don't see if anybody got it. So, Alfred Hitchcock did this movie. Rear Window. Oh, Tamara, thank you very much, Tamara. Here we go. I said Tamara. Tamara, I'm sorry. Got you. But thank you very much. It is Rear Window. Bam. Which I own. I use this. We study Hitchcock because great filmmaker. So let's try this. Oh, I got to pause this for a second because I want to know if
so it's Tamara. So it's just like mine, Tamara.
No, Tamara. Tamara.
Right. I'm Tamara, but some people put down Tamara like that too.
Oh, really? I am.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right. A spirited farm boy joins a rebellion to save a princess from a sinister imperial enforcer and the galaxy from a planet-destroying weapon. What movie is this?
That sounds like pronounced like the next day with an A. Tamara.
What y'all got? What y'all got? See, this is for those sci-fi people. Guardians of the Galaxy? Nah, it's not the Guardians of the Galaxy. Although it could be similar. But no, it's not the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now that you think about it, see how similar movies come out like that? It is an old movie created in 1977.
You said it was created in 1977?
It was released in 1977.
Is it Star Wars?
Yes, it is Star Wars. A New Hope, by the way, because once they started creating the prequel trilogy, they added A New Hope to it. Very good. Derek got two. See? Star Wars. That's what I'm talking about.
I got, and I guess the sci-fi one after.
Yeah. TK is not watch sci-fi. So here we go. Log lines. Ooh, y'all better know. one right here. A cowboy dog is profoundly threatened and jealous when a new spaceman action figure supplants him as top toy in a boy's room. What movie is this?
I was going to say, yeah, this was easy.
Tamara got it. She said Toy Story. Boom. Buzz Lightyear. See, loglines can be fun. We can learn it, but we got to learn to write them. All right, hold on. A young man is transported to the past where he must reunite his parents before he and his future cease to exist.
Oh, that one's easy, guys. You got that one.
I know y'all got this one. Y'all got to have this one. You better have this one. I'm about to say, all of us as kids have seen this one. That's the only hint you're going to get. Back to the Future is correct. There you go. Boom. See, I'm telling you, y'all got it. So, again, now, this might get a lot of people, but we're going to test it out. A high school student is bitten by a genetically altered spider and gains superhuman strength and a spider-like ability, vowing to use his abilities to fight crime. She a movie buff. Oh, man, it is Spider-Man. Matter of fact, she got it on the dot. She didn't even say Amazing Spider-Man or Spider-Man No Way Home. Derek got it too. Yeah, because some people will be like, Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Amazing Spider-Man. But it was just Spider-Man. So, as you guys are seeing, and we can go over this, let's go over it. A 12-year-old aspiring musician is confronted with his family's ancestral ban on music and enters the land of the dead to find his great-great-grandfather, a legendary singer. Now, if we break this down for script, for writing a log line, who's our antagonist?
The 12-year-old boy.
Well, he's our protagonist.
Oh, that's right. I know. I was waiting. I know this one right off. I even got a picture. So I'm just waiting for you guys to get it because I know this one.
Because
so his family's ancestral band would be the protagonist.
The protagonist, right? The ban on him doing music would be the protagonist. The action or conflict would be
enters the land of the dead.
Entering the land of the dead. So that's an action. What's his goal?
To find his great-great-grandfather.
Ooh.
No,
The action is finding his great-great-grandfather, right? The problem is he entered the land of the dead, right? And the goal is for him to become a singer like his great-great-grandfather.
This is Coco, guys.
Yeah, if y'all ain't got it, it is Coco. Y'all ain't seen Coco.
See, when you throw those new movies in there from the last 5 years, then they struggling. The older people are struggling.
That's funny. All right, a family of superheroes uncover and undercover. What did I say? A family of superheroes undercover and trying to live a quiet suburban life for many years are forced back into their true selves in order to save the world.
Come on, you guys got this.
Look at this, y'all.
Derek, Mary, Tommy.
Who's the protagonist in this?
Oh, who's the protagonist?
Who's the protagonist?
The protagonist.
Incredibles. Derek got it. Incredibles.
The rest
of the Impossible. All right, so here's the thing. The protagonist is the family of superheroes. The action is, the conflict is they're trying to stay undercover and live a quiet suburban life, right? The goal is to save the world. Now, we don't hear who the villain is, but we know they're fighting somebody, right? So we're not giving the protagonist in this situation, although it's them trying to not leave their quiet suburban lives to become superheroes. So there's many ways to take this, but see how simple these log lines are. And there really are one sentence. Most of these have been one sentence. right? All right, we got a couple more, but yes, it was The Incredibles, Derek. You were absolutely right. All right. An 8-year-old troublemaker must protect his house from a pair of burglars when he is accidentally left home alone by his family during Christmas vacation.
That's easy, guys.
Now, I'm about to say, the answer is actually in the which is funny when you think about it. The answer is in the Logline, Home Alone, the name of the movie. That is so interesting. So again, as y'all can see, somebody threw up Incredibles again. So Home Alone is the correct answer. Thank you guys for your answer. That's what I'm talking about right there. All right. Boom. When two kids find and play a magical board game, they release a man trapped in it for decades and a host of dangers that could only be stopped by finishing the game. Like my movie trailer voice, the movie trailer voice for Free TK.
That's why keeping that little music going, because you think you sound cool with it on. Keep it there. You do sound cool, Michael. You sound cool. I don't know what this one is.
You don't know what this movie is? Come on, TK. You don't know what this movie is?
I never watched it.
Yo, Tamara said it. It is.
That's why I say I remember. Jumanji. I just didn't remember the name, but I know it was that doggone movie.
They've remade this movie and everything. Isn't it fascinating how the originality comes from certain movies? But like it was there was another one that was done in outer space, but the board game was an outer space adventure, and the kids played that one. And then you had Jumanji that came before it. So interesting how they rehashed the movies to bring back the audiences. But I mean, think about that, right? They probably sold a bunch of board games with that. A rat who can cook makes an unusual alliance with a young kitchen worker at a famous Paris restaurant. What movie is this, ladies and gentlemen?
I know it. I'm trying to think of the actual name.
Oh yeah, they're a couple seconds behind us. That's what it is, TK. They're a few seconds online behind us because I just watched it pop up on the screen while we were talking.
Okay.
Ratatouille. There you go. There, got it. Boom, Ratatouille. Yeah, I would never know how to spell that, by the way. Just want everybody to understand that.
You and Tamara, yeah, y'all neck and neck on them.
There we go. Here we go. Boom. A pragmatic paleontologist touring an almost complete theme park on an island in Central America is tasked with protecting a couple of kids after a power failure causes the park's cloned dinosaurs to run loose. Now that's a pretty long log line. However, when they probably pushed this one, they probably pushed the book. Said, here's this book. Jurassic Park. Boom, Derek got it. Derek coming in. He like, she's not going to beat me now. Derek like, she's not going to beat me now.
She's not going to beat me. I know, I'm like that.
Jurassic Park. Boom. All right.
I'm like that, Derek. I'm competitive.
In a city of anthropomorphic animals, a rookie bunny cop and a cynical con artist fox must work together to uncover a conspiracy.
That's Brandon. I never heard that word before. What is it? Anthropomorphic.
What, anthropomorphic? Morphic. You know, I can't give it away because I'm gonna give it away. Who Frames Roger Rabbit? I like that. That's funny. But no, the Roger was not a cop, guys. Roger was not a cop. He was suspected of murder. Roger was suspected of murder, but he was not a cop. The cop was a cop. But these are animals. Think about it. They're animals. A rookie pet something. It's not pet something, but since you guys haven't been able to guess this one, which means you guys haven't seen this movie.
Darrell
But I
said
used-
Zootopia.
You know what's huh? Who
Darrell
said?
said
Oh, Darrell's 100% right. Zootopia is the movie. Bam. My bad.
Go
I missed it.
cousin, yay!
Here we go. Zootopia, which I used to talk about. You know what's funny? Some of these movies that Disney and Pixar made, you can discuss real social issues with these films. Like Zootopia is great for talking about stereotypes and how we see people in the world, in society, and how we treat them based upon the stereotypes that we have. Again, people don't think about the themes that are built into a lot of these films that have a message that kids can get from it, and we as adults can get from it. A mean lord exiles fairy tale creatures to the swamp of a grumpy ogre who must go on a quest and rescue a princess for the lord in order to get his land back.
That's a good one.
I know y'all know this one. Come on, man. Y'all know this one. You know this one, man.
Yep.
There we go. Because Tamara said it's true. You can discuss real topics. Yeah, and that's why I like cartoons. Shrek. There we go.
Yep. Go, Derek.
Boom.
That movie, me and my daughter were talking about that movie the other day because we were like, do you know the Muffin Man?
I say that all the time to the kids.
We were cracking up laughing. We talked about that the other day.
Yeah, because the kids would say something, Mr. Melvin, do you know such and such? And I'm like, well, do you know the Muffin Man? They look at me and they're like, one kid was like, well, I know he lives on Mulberry Lane. All right.
That was the funniest line. That was one of the funniest lines in that movie. All right, go ahead.
When a criminal mastermind uses a trio of orphan girls as pawns for a grand scheme, he finds their love as profoundly changing him for the better. What movie is this?
Okay. I know what it is. I had to think. I was like, wait a minute. I had to think.
I'm telling you, like movies like this, we have to have fun with. All right, let me put some good music on. Here we go.
Now I got to think of the name. I know the movie. Oh, I know what it is. I got it.
Who got this? When a criminal mastermind uses a trio of orphan girls as pawns for his grand scheme, he finds that love is profoundly changing him for the better. What movie is this? Uh-oh. Y'all got it yet? Y'all know? I know y'all know. Invincible Me. It's not Invincible Me, though. But you're getting close. You're getting warmer.
You're getting warm.
You're getting warmer, I tell you. But when you figure it out, let us know. All right, here we go. All right, y'all. Huh?
I know
somebody
it.
got it?
No, I got it.
You got it, TK? You want to tell them?
Minions.
Nope.
It's not the Minions?
Nope. You're wrong. It is not the Minions.
Oh, what?
The Minions is actually a sequel or a prequel to it, but it's not the Minions.
Oh,
actually,
but I'm in the right. Okay.
Charlie's Angels.
That's what the Minions.
I like that. Charlie's Angels, because that would have made sense. But Despicable Me.
That's what I
Boom.
meant. I said the Minions. That is what I meant right there. But yes, I got it.
Oh, man.
That's the Minion movie.
But you know what's so funny? He said Charlie's Angel, which is like... All right, here we go. A young girl from South Los Angeles tries to make it to the National Spelling Bee. Bam! Come on, y'all better have this one. You never seen it, Derek? You got to watch it, man. It's fun.
You got to watch it. It's good.
So this one is look how simple it is. A young girl from South Los Angeles tries to make it to the National Spelling Bee. See how short of a log line that is? I mean, she's a young girl. Her conflict is living in South Los Angeles, right? Akilah and the Bee. Bam! There you go, Tamara. Yep, Akilah and the Bee. Great movie if you haven't seen it. They're putting it into. Yep, see, it's so funny because they're behind us. And I'm like, All right, y'all. So as you see, great job. You got these movies. Bam! Give yourself a round of applause. Let's do that. That's right.
So I like the when I write log lines, I am the
Mhm.
simple log line writer because I don't have a lot of adjectives and all that stuff. Like I literally am simplistic when it comes to log lines.
Mm. Well, okay. So what I teach when we talk about log lines, you need something to really describe them. Like when you see a spirited farm boy, that's Star Wars, but it gives you an idea of how motivated he is because he's well spirited, right? But he's living a simple life as a farm boy, right? And then you take that and you put him to him trying to save a princess. That's a conflict. His goal is to save this princess, and he's battling this ruthless imperial dude, which is Darth Vader, right? And
Mhm.
he's trying to stop stop the galaxy from being destroyed and rescue the princess. So the action is stopping the galaxy from getting destroyed in order to save the princess. So when we talk about log lines, bam. So here's y'all lesson, by the way, like I do for my students. Log line is brief. It's usually one or two sentences. The summary of a television program, film, or book that states the central conflict of the story while providing both a synopsis of the story's plot and emotional hook to stimulate interest. Because that's what we want to do. When we get on that elevator pitch and we have a conversation with somebody, we want to get their interest. So, how do we do this? Well, when you guys write a log line, because we have that in the community, you're going to take the components of a log line and develop a story. And Mr. Melvin did that already on the Black Filmmakers Lounge community page. I did a log line. It was a good log line too, was it not, TK?
That was really good.
Because it was basically the husband after working a long day, 12-hour
Yeah.
shift at work. The husband comes home to find that his wife is missing. Everything that is of his wife is missing, and he tells his friends who tell him he was never married until he finds evidence that he was, and he now has to convince. And it was actually a sci-fi thing. So, because what we get from the log lines is what kind of type of film is it? What genre are we aiming towards? Is it a comedy? Is it action based? Is it adventure? Is it sci-fi? Is it a drama? Um, is it is it a documentary? So we have, excuse me, the six elements of a log line are the protagonist, antagonist, the setting, the problem, the action or conflict, and the goal. That's how you write a log line. Hmm?
And when you talked about the like it's supposed like it gives off the genre, that's why when you read the ones for the cartoons, like Finding Nemo, it looked like a drama. It didn't look like, you know what I mean? It wasn't.
Mhm.
It didn't bring out the fun. So that's interesting. Can I read a log line that I have?
Yeah.
So this is my log line because, like I said, I'm simple and I don't like writing log lines or synopses. Um, this one says two teenage sisters set out to heal their mom's broken heart by implementing their STEM skills to help her achieve love. Let me read again. Two
Mm.
teenage sisters set out to heal their mom's broken heart by implementing their STEM skills to help her achieve love.
Boom. Now that's a great script, by the way. TK, I read it. Actually,
Thank you.
TK, where did you get that story from?
So I got, hey Darwin, thanks for
What's
joining
up,
us.
man?
So I got the story. It's called hashtag Project Him. I got the story because Michael Melvin was talking about stories one day and he just said, I forgot what you said, but whatever he said, it clicked with me, and I went and wrote this movie called hashtag Project Him. So if you listen, Michael Melvin is always giving story ideas, or we're giving story ideas. I do a little
Yeah.
bit, but Michael does a lot. So I took that, whatever he said, I can't remember what it was, which show it was.
We
whatever he said, and
I
I
know what
wrote
it
a
was
whole.
because Jamal was on. I think Lewis
Uh-huh.
was on, and we were talking about could you make um, weird science in today's
Today.
world today,
Yep.
and how it
Yep.
would not go over the way weird science is. That would not go over well with people, um, due to its symbolism, right? Due to what's in it, what's it's about of creating the perfect woman. Um, but there are ways to still create that same type of story and boom, you know, and make it matter today and be acceptable. I think is more so some of the jokes within it. It's the same thing with things like 16 Candles. Um, you have to look at, but think about all the tropes that we looked at, like us growing up in the 80s and the 90s. A lot of movies had stereotypical tropes um, about people. When you look at the Breakfast Club, of course you had the dumb jock who does something foolish. You have the loner kid who is really smarter than you think he is, but like stays in trouble. You have the girl that doesn't fit in with everybody, but she's really smart. You have the cheerleader who uh, is still trying to continue to have acceptance. Like those tropes, still you have the nerdy kid who's trying to be accepted by everybody, but looks at he as an outcast, and in that case he's looking to commit suicide and things like that. Those tropes consistently exist throughout a lot of films, and when we read some of these, I'm sure that some of you saw other movies in the log line, even though it was to a specific movie. How often does, I mean, you could take, let's just take, for instance, well, they have a similarity, but they are different. The Good Dinosaur. It's about a dinosaur trying to find his way back home. And The Good Dinosaur to me is a mixture of Lion King and Finding Nemo.
Mm.
His family is waiting for him. They're looking for him. They're trying to get back home. He's looking for a way to get back to his family. Also, Lost in Time, if you've seen that with the dinosaurs, because they're trying to survive the end of time as well. So there's so many factors in storytelling in these movies. They're combinations, and that log line sells it. When you sit in a room, you're talking to somebody, and you can tell them, "I have a movie that." Boom, once one or two sentences, boom, and the person goes, "Tell me more." Then you've got them. That's that hook. You got to hook them, and that's why when we read DVD covers, when we go to Walmart or used to go to Blockbuster and read the back of the cover for the movies and be like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna rent this tonight for $3 or $4." Because I used to love renting independent black films all the time. Blockbuster was notorious for having a lot of independent black films, um, and so I would check them out. But that log line is key. Some people don't see it as useful as it is, but it forces you to constrain your whole story, the concept of your whole story, into one sentence. Just boom, and before you really unpack. So before I write or before I create a story, I always write my log line. It's the first thing I come up with, because if I can do that, then my story can be easily described, and it helps tell you about the character, what kind of person they are. What That's why I like about, I know TK doesn't do a lot of adjectives and stuff, but those little things of down and out, um, a down and out 40-year-old man still stuck in the 90s loses his job and wins the lottery.
I could put two adjectives in my log line.
What you got?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Two something teenage sisters set out to heal their something mom's broken heart by implementing their STEM skills to help her achieve long lasting love.
But the key is, what's the personality of the sisters? Maybe the sisters don't get along, and and part of the conflict is, in order to get their mom this perfect man, they have to learn to get along because they have different personalities.
So two sisters with different personalities. No, I'm just playing. Um,
Opposite. Two sisters with opposite personalities must find a way to get along so that they can create the perfect
there
love
you
to hear
go.
their mother. You know.
There you go. Who or what is trying to stop them from achieving that, TK?
Boom. Well, they're part of the conflict can be each other.
It is each other.
And the other thing, and to keep their mother's ex-lover from entering back into her life. Bam. You know.
Well, see, they don't know he's entering back. They think he's gone.
Well, they maybe they're like, but see, we don't know that, and so what we give somebody is, hey, they don't want him to come back. They don't like him. You know, so there's so many, or you know.
So opposite personalities.
But you could also say, after still dealing with the loss of their father after X amount of years, two sisters and a little brother must come together, who have all had opposite personalities, must come together to give their mom the perfect relationship.
Okay, so after dealing with the loss of their father.
See, Derek, like, it has to be in there. Yeah, that conflict has to be in there. That goal they're trying to achieve has to be in there.
Well, I have the goal. I just need to put must come together.
The problem and the action conflict, what drives it. And then,
see,
you know,
always learning, guys.
Who's the problem? You know, they're the problem because they don't get along. And they don't want to see they really don't want their mom with somebody, but they got to let that go. You know?
Yeah, because they're in conflict with each other and the idea of bringing someone back into their household.
Mm-hmm. They like their dad can't be replaced, and that's a story for a lot of kids. You know, that's a story for a lot of stuff. That when I read Facebook is so interesting because I can get a lot of stories from just listening to people talk and how they respond to things, and you can see a lot of the elements of the conflict within them from not healing, or what they've been through, and that's storytelling for us. That's character development. You know, why does a person think that way? After so many, you know, the one, you know, two star-crossed lovers can't find the moment to get their relationship right at every turn. You know, always coming back every 10 years, never to even work out their relationship or whatever. You know, so you'll hash that out. You know, but this is why we look at these 6 elements of a log line, y'all, because those 6 elements can help you write and improve on your log lines. Bam. So I hope you guys really enjoyed the game. It was very fun for me. I enjoy having fun with y'all because, you know, what you thinking about, TK? TK writing their log line.
Nothing. I'm working on I'm working on updating my log line. So I'm working on updating my log line.
Because, like, for me, and we all have different writing styles. Because TK knows me, I write my log line, I'll outline my film. I already know how it begins and usually how it ends, and some of the things that are going to happen in the middle. Because to me, that's important. Thank you, Tamara. She said it was super helpful. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate y'all. Because look, we love bringing this stuff to you guys. You know, TK and I, we have conversations because the talk is, what is it that we wish we knew when we were working on our first projects? And pretty soon you guys will see the Black Filmmakers Lounge film planner. I got to develop some questions and some tips and things that are going in there. So you'll see the log line thing in there as well. But that's what's important. Like I want to know what is it that you felt you needed to know, or what you wish you knew when you did your first film. Like I wish I knew when I did my first film what I needed when it came to sound. because I knew camera. I shot a lot of stuff, but when I'm in a room and when you have to do ADR, oh my goodness, it's not inexpensive. It's very time consuming. And for some reason, some of your actors want to change their voice from their natural voice because they hear themselves over a pair of headphones and you're like, that's not how you actually sound. Please don't do that. you know, uh, I wish I could get that natural sound. And so microphones was important. So I studied different microphones. I studied having a shotgun mic. I studied having my actors wear wireless lapel mics on their body. And one of the lessons I learned with a wireless lapel mic was do not use any clothes with what's that synthetic, not cotton, but polyester. Do not use any
Oh,
clothes
so
with
no
polyester.
polyester
No
with the
polyester.
wireless mics.
No, it has a crackling sound it produces onto the mics. Um, Cotton, no polyester. Maybe was it radon or whatever the
Rayon.
whatever the fabric is, but no polyester. Stay away from polyester. In tight clothing, like loosen your actors up just a little bit on their wardrobes. Um,
That's a good tip.
and I tape their mics to their chest. So I use the surgical tape or the Band-Aid type tape for putting it in. So for women, it has to be different because I also bought the packs that slip them in and they can wear them around their thigh and take the cable up and put it right here
Yeah,
in
that's
their
what I see
chest.
a lot of.
With the guys, it's usually by their belt or somewhere where it can be hidden. If they wear certain clothes, I tape it throughout so it doesn't look like it's showing up. Um, you learn different things how to do stuff, but see that to me comes with you got to make a video to show that and show how it works. But when you do a checklist, hey, what kind of clothing are your characters wearing? Shoes. Um, are you putting the hush pads on your shoes when they walk on hardwood floors and stuff so you can produce I have the silicone holders. Yep. And I tape it to them. Exactly, Derek. Um,
Okay.
because it's very important. I like the boom mic and the lavalier mics. They both the lavalier makes sure I get a good sound from the actual actor. The boom mics gives me both actors in a room noise.
Mhm.
And then when you record, before you do anything, record. I try to at least do 60 seconds of room noise
Before you
because
record
I
anything, you
can
do the
lay
room
it
noise ahead
in.
of
Yeah, I lay it in when I'm editing. So if it's very dead silent or things are missing,
time.
um, if you're in a room like a kitchen, unplug the refrigerator. If you can't unplug the refrigerator, because some people you're in their house, they don't want you to do that. So if you can't
Right.
unplug it, then definitely get room noise so you get the sound of the refrigerator in case it kicks on. You want to have that in there. Also, when you do room noise, record the room noise, your audio editor can actually find the frequency of those sounds and wipe them out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so because there's software that examines those sounds. So there's things you have to look at and why we do those things or what's necessary. And I wish I knew that because, like I said, my first film I spent money doing sound. My second film, I still did sound was okay. By the time I did my other films, I was all wireless mics and boom. And even if I forgot the boom, I knew I had the wireless mics. But the polyester situation is what made me say carry the boom with you too, because that polyester sound. So certain garments you have to be mindful of. Environments. When I was working on a set, shooting a film for someone, I was a B camera person and big camera. I was on a huge red camera that was massive and heavy. Um, where we were shooting, the train kept going by late at night because during the day the train really didn't go by, but late at night between midnight and 5 in the morning, there were constant trains coming through.
Wow.
Had no idea. So when you go to a location, depending on the time of day you're gonna film, that's the time of day you need to go sit there and see what happens between the time you're gonna be shooting That's why you have a location manager. They go out there, and your sound person, they go out there and check the sound and tell you, all right, this is going to happen. Because we had to stop shooting every time the train went by. And that was pretty much every couple minutes.
God, dog.
Yeah, we was out there till 5 in the morning. We were shooting from 5 in the evening to 5 in the morning.
Dang.
And so,
Yeah, that's good too, Derek. The software,
yeah,
there's a software.
let me post that up. Bam. It's software that you can make a room tone print from if you forget room tone print or get the room tone.
Good.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. We have to examine those things. But that's where we're going to put in the planner what's available to you. And software, like I'm a big final draft person when it comes to script writing. I know people use other software like Movie Magic and was it Celtics? But I like Final Draft. And because pretty much any of the software I use, Final Draft exports a file that works within that software. The good part about Final Draft now too is you can import people who've written a script in PDF format, and you may have to do some shifting, changing, which is easy because you highlighting, click on what it is, and it'll make it the setting. It'll do this.
It is not easy.
It's not.
You got to go for the whole script.
Oh, if you got to go through the whole script. But I mean, it still helps though. I mean, I've taken an hour and went through an entire script somebody sent me and made it. But they sent me a script they did in Word, and I had to go through every single thing for like an hour fixing it. Maybe a little over an hour. But, it still wasn't days. So
it was not days, yes.
It wasn't days. True. But so think about it, because we shared some software like Save the Cat. You would put your log line in that software. It asks you for it. So it's good to have it because then it helps you figure out what genre of film you're working on and the type of film you're working on. The other thing is you can stay on target with your log line. Like, hey, this is the conflict. This is the main event. This is the key antagonist. This is the main goal. So let me stay on goal. Or I can do a plot twist. I can introduce certain things that give people I thought it was about this, but he got us. So it just depends. But yeah. So here we go. We talked about log lines today.
That's good. See? I knew we didn't need another topic. I told you. Log lines was it. That was good. And shout out to Michael Melvin for always having the technical stuff done, doing the technical stuff. We're streaming on two platforms at the same time right now. He's constantly researching and making the backgrounds and everything. I could do none of that. So I'm telling you guys.
She can do it. She's got time in, but TK is a busy woman.
That is not easy. And yeah, so he does all. You're busy too, and you still get it done for the people. So shout out to you. Woo!
Thank you very much. Shout out to my sister on her wonderful birthday. She's 50 years old, but she's not 50. Don't let her fool you. She just wants that AARP card. We know the deal out there. Even when they probably say, ma'am, we can't let you the movie for this cheap. You got to pay the regular price. I'm sorry. Don't try this.
Movie discounts. That's what's up.
Oh, and so it's so funny. We've known each other so long. This is beautiful, I tell you. And we are looking to bring a lot more to you guys, a lot more people on the show, a lot more information. We wanted to make sure we took you from the stage of starting your film to actually seeing one made and going through that process. So we've been diving into that discussion, how we could be on sets and showing you some background stuff, and bringing you different people, because you don't know who you need around you, especially making your very first film. You don't know who the arsenal of people you need around. And this is why I'm so big on networking, because I tell young people when I teach them, when I teach one of my classes, the first thing I teach them is how to get up and do a presentation, but how to just talk to people. Because what people miss out on is just being able to have conversations with people gets you in the door in a lot of places. And the mistake is, um, let's just be real. In any industry, it's who you know. There's a level of nepotism. There's, but the key is knowledge is still important. Like knowing how to do this stuff, because no one, once you get through the door, you got to prove yourself. That's the thing. And yeah, there's some people who can stay where they are because they're who they know, but there's others, you got in the door, I need you to make it happen. And that's why we tell people all the time, follow directors and filmmakers that inspire you. Like I wrote a whole paper on Ryan Coogler. And he's a young guy. When I was growing up, one of my favorite directors is Gordon Parks. Actually, if you know who Gordon Parks is, Shaft, Learning Tree, Gordon Parks did photography, did jazz albums, wrote poetry, was
Oh
an
wow.
author, wrote the book The Learning Tree, which is about him growing up. And so I admire Gordon Parks and what he's done. And he was the first black film director with a studio contract to make a studio film.
Oh wow.
So we don't think about those things, right? And you got to follow those people and figure out. Now, I like Ryan Coogler because if you study Ryan Coogler, his first film was his first short film was about a guy who was going through the process of shaving his head so that he could make his young sister who had cancer feel better. Like take the journey with her. And he's always incorporated what he's the social environment, what's going on in society in his films. So if you look at Creed, if you look at Black Panther, both of them, if you look at anything he's done, Fruitvale Station, it's always a social commentary and it's always talking about our past within the movies. And I don't want to give too much, but it won't spoil it for you really. He really talks about how we have been treated throughout Black Panther. Yeah, the locks. There we go. Thank you, Darrell. See, I know somebody else seen it too. And so you study different people. And what I like about Ryan Coogler is this. From the very beginning, all his projects, he didn't get a lot of money, but he made money back. Okay. I think he had close to 900,000 on Fruitvale Station. Florence Whitaker and some other people invested in it, and Forrest Whitaker, sorry. And so having that support, and then you get the chance to do Creed 1 because they saw your track record. You do Creed 1. Boom. It opens the door for I think Creed 2 came after Black Panther around the same time. I thought it came around close to the same time.
Yeah, he went through a little door and it opened the door like this big.
But he built a partnership. So what I tell people is to look at filmmakers. Like if you look at Spike Lee, he built a certain partnership with certain actors and he kept them employed. He had more than one movie with Wesley Snipes and Denzel Washington. And if you notice, Ryan Coogler's partner in work is Michael B. Jordan. Look at every Ryan Coogler film. Who's in it? So you got to pay attention to that. So it's about forging those good relationships because it doesn't mean that Michael B. Jordan couldn't go off and work with other people. What it means is these guys are helping each other build and stack because Michael B. Jordan has produced animated cartoons, action TV show on Netflix, which was canceled. It was Raising Dion. He's produced movies. He got Denzel to do, I forgot the movie we meant to watch it. My wife and I have been getting back and forth like, we were supposed to watch this because it's Letters to something.
Letters to Jordan.
Letters to Jordan. Boom. CTK. No.
I'm scared to watch it. I don't want to cry like that.
Really?
I know it's going to be bad.
But to me, I gotta watch it because I like Denzel has moved from acting to directing, and his first direction was Antoine Fisher, which was really good. Mm-hmm. That was a really great film. That's one of my favorite films. It's a hard film to watch sometimes, but it has some inspirational stuff in it. So you gotta watch that. It's growth. It's always about doing better. But this is why we study the people we admire and see how they're doing it. The Hudlin brothers, Big House Party, one of my favorite films. My favorite film. Y'all should already know. But
We do.
but you got to study the people you admire and see what they're doing on screen, off screen, behind the scenes, and just in their lives. What do they incorporate? Because they didn't just get there out of nowhere, right? It doesn't happen overnight. That's the mistake that is sold on television. Overnight success. No, the term garage band comes from when people used to take their band and practice in a garage and play in a garage in the neighborhood and the house be jumping, and people finally hear them where they get that finally gig. They even did it in Back to the Future. They were hoping for the chance to play at the prom and homecoming and stuff like that for their moment, their big moment, right? And so we have to understand that it doesn't happen overnight. But like we said in an episode earlier, for your first couple of films, if you haven't done one, if you're trying to really work on a really good film, get a decent camera, like rent at least a good camera instead of, buy the cheapest camera you can get, go lease a camera. Find somebody who may have one and incorporate them into your production. That way you're not doing all the work either. But do your film in one location. If you can shoot in the whole house, just plot out the rooms throughout the house to use it in. I mean, COVID alone is a great story. A whole family. Like, you got a movie where the people were trapped in an apartment building and trying to find out who was infected. And they couldn't come out or they'd get shot or something. So you got to think about that. Like, there's a lot of people just saying, hey, we're going to shoot a story in one place. And it can be a great story. If you take, like I said earlier, Breakfast Club was shot in a school. Boom, that's it. You see them pulling up to the school and you see them leaving the school, and that's all of their lives you see. Everything else takes place in that school. In the between. Huh? Your wheels are turning? See?
When you said that, my wheels started turning.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
So, like, sometimes we go, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. What if you just shoot in a cafe? What if everything happens in the cafe? What if you can get access to a cafe? What if all the experiences happen there? Or if you think about it, there's a movie out there and everything happens in the hospital. This just takes place in a hospital. I had an action movie where everything took place in a hospital. So you have to think about it like that, right? You have movies where friends come together after a friend dies and they all come to a house to celebrate the memorial of their friend, and they learn stuff about each other and they learn about the relationship. There was actually a web series where it is where these guys and this whole crew, they always make stuff for Instagram and YouTube. And the web series basically them in this house, and they're playing this game. If they play it, and they have to tell the truth about something. And he died, supposedly died, and he knew the truth because they all told him. And if they tell the truth, they get this envelope with $1 million in it or $100,000 or something in it. And if any of them decide not to tell it, they forfeit the money. But which let them know that once they told this truth, it was going to impact somebody in the room. Creativity is spawned from so many different ways. And this is why I like studying stuff and look at it. So I hope you guys are looking, when you look at this, you get that from what we do. Because we're always trying to push you guys and help elevate you guys, because that's what the community is about. We just want people to do it the right way. Network.
And Tony, they say the proving yourself can be tough. Stay consistent and follow through with your word, and it will make all the difference. Then she also said every movie that she's filmed in one location that she writes to. That's amazing. that all your movies and series have been in one location. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And Darrell just said, I just finished an episode set in an apartment. It was fun trying to figure out what rooms to use for the conflict in the episode. There you go, man. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes we overextend ourselves and we don't have to. Some of the greatest things we've watched have taken place in one location, or maybe 2 or 3 tops, but it didn't overdo it, and you got a couple characters, you know. Sometimes we try to be too grandiose too soon. Ava DuVernay's first film all took place in a house.
Oh yeah, yep.
You know, They Will Follow was the film.
Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you, Tamara. We appreciate you very much. Yeah, we're here. Hey, we're here to help. We want to see all our fellow filmmakers succeed and do great things because we know that you guys were all destined to do it. That's the first thing. So thank you very much for recognizing that about us. Yeah, we don't get into that other stuff. No gossiping here, no negativity. Because it's filmmaking. I mean, I tell people anyway, filmmaking is subjective. Whether you like it or not, it's all on you. It has nothing to do with it. You know, people got so much to say about people's work. We were just talking about how further along I've watched Nollywood come. And I remember those Nollywood films and they being technically bad. But because they had the support of their community, of their country, the people around them beyond of a continent. And if you see Nollywood films, if you live in an area where Nollywood films are big, I know there are in Maryland, in PG County area, they rent out the theater that's owned by Magic. In Houston, they're big out there, and some other places. When they show a film, it's always sold out.
Wow.
Think about that for a second. They rent out a theater. They show, and it's a big extravagant, like it's a red carpet affair. Everybody gets all dressed up in their garbs, and they go enjoy their films. And it's sold out. They have to do multiple showings because it's sold out. Imagine if we were like that with our independent films. I know that some people are like, it's not my cup of tea. Da, da, da. Yeah, but if we don't support us, who will support us?
Absolutely.
All right. That's my gym too. Boom. So there you go. I got my gym. That was my gym, Kike. See?
Oh my God, Jim. Okay. Darrell posted something. I put my glasses back on to read it.
Oh yeah, they're big on Netflix now too.
He might move over there.
Yeah, Netflix South Africa is putting out some great stuff. I might move over there. You know, I think Netflix is well invested in Africa for communications. Like that's another place where they're getting their films, and we're seeing a lot more. I've seen a lot more films from Africa on Netflix, Amazon, and also Tubi and Hulu. Like I've seen the increase of those films, and I don't even look for them; they're just popping right up. So again, when we're not supporting our people, our own here in the States, I think support it all. But when we're not doing that, we're lessening our opportunities and our infrastructure as filmmakers. And we don't have to give up our rights to stuff anymore. Like this, I could break it down. I'll have to do it another show, but you can literally break it down. And I keep telling everybody, we don't have to reach millions. We just need thousands to 10,000s to 100,000s, and we can still make the same income as the studios are, because we don't have to reach as many. All right, what's your gem, TK? I gave you a moment to think about it.
Well, I guess my gem is what happened to me earlier. Continue to grow and learn, you know. So when we were talking about the log lines, I was like, oh, I can make mine better. So just stay open. Always just stay open and don't get too comfortable.
Oh, man, that's wonderful right there. Yeah, learn. So we love you guys. We appreciate you guys coming to join us here at the Black Filmmakers Lounge, Saturday morning indie industry shop talk. I'm your host, Michael Melvin, with my host, Tamira T.K. Henderson. Oh, that way, Tamira T.K. Henderson. And no, she's been doing what she's been like, subscribe, and share. Join the Black Filmmakers Lounge community. As you know, we've been streaming both on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. We're trying to make sure that everything gets out. So if you're on our Facebook, if you're on our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. If you're on Facebook, like, subscribe, share, post this. Take either one links, post it on your page, share it as many people. That's the best way to support us, and be on the lookout because we got other things going on. And Derwin says, appreciate y'all and happy 50th birthday, TK. My girl,
Thank
my
you.
sister. Hey. Oh, hold on. That was a little low. But we had a good time with you guys. We love you guys. We appreciate you. And we look forward. Remember, we're going to take a break for Thanksgiving, but be on the lookout for Sunday. Next Sunday, we're going to have a crew check-in. See how everybody's doing in here. Brandon, what's up? Thank you, Brandon.
Now we see your name, Brandon. Your name popped up. Happy Thanksgiving. Can't wait to hear about your trip.
So make sure that you guys let us know how you want us to contact you. Send us a private message at the Black Filmmakers Lounge actual page, not the community group, but the page. And we will use those email addresses to send you out if TK wants to do the Zoom. Don't forget to join the community, though, because we want you to see you guys on there. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Be blessed. Enjoy your weekend. I know it's getting cold outside. Go shoot a Thanksgiving or Christmas movie. It's a perfect time to do that. Even shoot a New Year's movie. Whatever you're going to do, but use this season to make a great movie. I tell you, do what it is you do. We love y'all. Be blessed. Enjoy. And we out. Peace. Like, subscribe, share.
Here we go. Like, subscribe, share.
What?
Like, subscribe, share.
Uh-huh.
Subscribe, share.
Peace out, y'all. We love you.